The story of the Legionnaires' crisis at the Quincy Veterans Home is the story of a failed governor who has cost people their lives. Bruce Rauner managed his public image instead of managing a health crisis. This governor cared more about headlines than about our heroes. 6 days. 6 days. This administration waited 6 days to tell families why their loved ones were sick. 6 days when treatment could have been started, when staff could have been prepared, when families could have kept their loved ones safe. It's callous, it's baffling, and frankly, it's criminal. We've seen this before. In Flint, Michigan, the Attorney General launched a criminal investigation into the contamination of the water. Now, a member of that administration is facing involuntary manslaughter charges. 15 government officials there have now been charged. Here in Illinois, there's now a criminal probe into the Rauner administration's mismanagement at Quincy. When 14 veterans and their family members die, when nearly 70 people get sick, when you wait days to tell people on the ground what's going on, you better believe crimes have been committed. This is criminal negligence that cost people their lives, and it's time we had a grand jury get to the bottom of this. Those who lost their lives deserve nothing less. We know the stories. They're as tragic as they are infuriating. Melvin Tucker was shot down over Nazi Germany, parachuted from a burning plane, was captured, survived over a year in a Nazi prison camp, only to die of Legionnaire's disease in an Illinois veterans home. Another resident at the home was dead for 2 days, and no one even knew. When her son called to check on her, he was told she was fine, but she was in fact dead. This is our governor. These are his failures, and they're criminal. But those failures don't stop in Quincy. This governor's disregard for the heroes who served us has been made clear time and time again. His failure to pass budgets decimated services that veterans need to build better lives. And his failure to lead left a Chicago veterans home unfinished and abandoned. This is a picture of that abandoned veterans home. It's a picture of another failure by Bruce Rauner. Bruce Rauner failed here in Chicago, he failed our veterans in Quincy, and they paid the ultimate price. And now I'd like to turn it over to Alderman Villegas.
Thank you, JB. When JB called me to talk about this issue, I immediately came down here because it's very important that the veterans of Illinois understand that there's someone that they can go to that's promised to assist us. In 2015, I did a press conference at the Chicago Veterans Home because it was a half-built building that was just falling down. And so we convened a veterans group and we invited JB to come talk to us. And right away, he said, look, I want you guys to put together a policy that's going to talk about what it is that you envision during my administration for veterans, and we did that. And he contacted every one of those veterans that came and said, look, I want to hear from you. And he took their input, and he's put together a veterans plan. That's why the Chicago Veterans Caucus is supporting J.B. Pritzker. Now, I have some history with this Chicago Veterans Home because I used to be the chief of staff at the Capital Development Board, and we broke ground on this project about 5 years ago. 5 years ago. Mind you, that project is funded mainly by the federal government. So the state of Illinois had to give 25 cents on the dollar in order to fund this project. And this administration has failed. Why? Because the governor refused to negotiate with the General Assembly. And who pays for that? Our veterans, our heroes. JB talked about some of the people that are at the Quincy home. You should look at the other veteran homes that are out there. Great stories there. People that have given tremendous sacrifice to this country. And that's why the Chicago Veteran Caucus stands with JB. We issued a letter yesterday requesting that the Inspector General and/or Lisa Madigan's office conduct an investigation, and I'm happy to see that she did open an investigation, because this is just plain wrong. And so we look forward to November, when we can talk to someone and have someone that, as we say in the military, will have our six. So thank you.